The West African Ebola outbreak was one of the dominant news stories of 2014. Every year, Google tells us what we typed in most in the last 12 months. And in 2014, the phrase, "What is Ebola?" was the most searched for "what is" phrase worldwide. And perhaps surprisingly, 3 of the top 10 searches for Ebola last year were in Japanese, despite the fact the country is yet to see a case. Despite the global interest in Ebola, it's pretty much solely present in West Africa. Of the 20,206 cases of Ebola virus disease recorded in 2014, only 6 were diagnosed outside of West Africa. The virus responsible for this outbreak is Ebola Zaire. It's about 1/1000th of a millimetre long, and it's actually just one of a family of 5 Ebola viruses. They take their name from the Ebola River, but strictly speaking that's not where they came from. The first recorded outbreak in 1976 happened some 60 miles away in the village of Yambuku, now in the Democratic Republic of Congo. But the discoverers of the virus didn't want to land the village with the kind of bad press that comes with having a viral disease named after you, so they called it Ebola instead. The first cases of the current outbreak were reported in the jungles of Guinea in December 2013, and spread to neighbouring Liberia and Sierra Leone from there. Isolated outbreaks in Nigeria and Mali, as well as a single case in Senegal, were quickly brought under control, but in the last year the virus has been allowed to infect more people than ever before. Of the 17 outbreaks of Ebola virus disease, only 7 have seen more than 100 cases. No outbreak has ever been recorded to exceed 500 cases before, but we passed that landmark long ago. The scale of the current epidemic is unprecedented, and it's still growing. Since we welcomed in 2015, the number of confirmed infections has risen to over 21,000. In total, 8,251 people are known to have died due to the virus, and the actual figures could be double or even triple that. There is some good news though. International funding directed towards the outbreak last year hit $2.35 billion. A lot of this came from national governments, but a sizable chunk of it came from private organisations and ordinary people. And slowly it is having an effect. The rate of new cases in Liberia and Guinea levelled off towards the end of 2014. The same cannot be said for Sierra Leone, where the rate of new infections remains both high and unpredictable, but it's a start. Drug companies have been working hard to find a way to tackle Ebola, and one of the big hopes for the year ahead is that this work could finally yield an effective drug or a vaccine that protects people from getting Ebola in the first place. 2014 was the year Ebola hit hard, but if people around the world continue to work together, then maybe 2015 will be the year that it's beaten.